I want to ask you something. Do you believe in the prophecy of Godwyn's resurrection? Or are you one of those who, like Corin, reject the prophecy and listen to the words of the two fingers? Be careful not to end up like Corin and lose your mind, because many things are not what they seem in the lands between. After the last chapter, we now know how Godwyn survived the Night of the Black Knives. Marika, who is behind everything, conspired with Godwyn, Ranni, Rykard, and Melina against the Greater Will and the Golden Order. On the Night of the Black Knives, not only was Ranni supposed to free herself from her body, but Godwyn as well. Godwyn deliberately chose to go through death and, with the help of his companions, was supposed to make it to Stormvale to be reborn in a new vessel. Let's take a look at the role each of the participants played in Marika's plan. Ranni orchestrated the Night of the Black Knives. She imbued the Black Knives with the power of the Rune of Death, and she keeps the true reason for the Night of the Black Knives a secret. Melina took part in the ritual in which Godwyn was murdered with the Black Knives. She's playing the role of a finger maiden for the resurrected Godwyn, and she serves as kindling maiden to burn the Earth Tree. Rykard helped Godwyn's soul to escape unnoticed by the forces of the Earth Tree, leaving only an empty corpse behind. Godwyn hides his existence behind his death. And Marika, who planned the Night of the Black Knives out of love to free her son Godwyn from the influence of the Greater Will, who is then supposed to oppose the Golden Order and fight Radagon. I would like to show you something that, in my opinion, is too good to be a coincidence and should ultimately serve as proof that the Night of the Black Knives actually happened as I have described it. Let's make our way to the lands between. There is a rather inconspicuous merchant on the Altus Plateau, and it is precisely this merchant who sells two specific items: the Scorpion Kite Shield and the node Unseen Assassins. Let's take a look at the node first. Node sold by a nomadic merchant, imparting knowledge in brief. Some assassins cannot be seen with the naked eye. Seems the Earth Tree sentries once carried torches that could cast light on these prowlers. The Unseen Assassins are apparently the Black Knife Assassins. The torch mentioned is the sentry's torch. Torch given to protectors of the Earth Tree. Its flames are bestowed with a special incantation which allows the bearer to see assassins cloaked in veils, furnished on behalf of the Earth Tree and the Grace-given Lord, such that a Night of Black Knives will never come again. This confirms that the Unseen Assassins in the node Unseen Assassins are the Black Knife Assassins from the Night of the Black Knives. On the other hand, we now also have the Scorpion Kite Shield, a standard medium-sized metal shield, highly reputed for its solid build and reliability, emblazoned with a yellow scorpion, a warning of surprise attacks and sudden strikes. The symbol of the scorpion stands for a warning of surprise attacks. I was wondering if there might be a connection between the symbol of a scorpion and the Night of the Black Knives. Let's also take a look at the scorpion charms. They say, a talisman carried by assassins who strike unseen, patterned on a scorpion freshly shed of its exoskeleton, its claws seizing a heart. It is no coincidence that the scorpion charms mentions unseen assassins. Together with the node Unseen Assassins and the associated Black Knife Assassins, it could be that the scorpion symbolizes the incident on the Night of the Black Knives. The symbol of the scorpion charms depicts even more. There, the scorpion is shedding its skin and also holding a heart between its claws. I will go into the actual meaning of this symbol in more detail later. To solve the mystery behind the scorpion charms, we have to look at the circumstances under which we obtain them. Let's start with the magic scorpion charm. We received this from Preceptor Zeluvis. Zeluvis is planning a plot against Ranni. To do this, he needs a special ingredient. He uses it to brew a potion that we are supposed to give to Ranni to make her compliant. Let's also listen to what Seleucus says to us when we give him the required ingredient, Amber Starlight, and when he gives us the magic scorpion charm as a reward.
Well, well, you managed to lay your hands on it. The blessed day is finally upon us. Goodness gracious, the way it glistens. Utterly enchanting. To think this was once a demigod's very fate. My, oh my, oh my. Ah, are you still here? Ah, yes, I should give you your reward. Yeah, please, it's all yours. It's splendid work, it's just marvelous. Now just you wait. The merriment is soon to begin. The scheme I promised is to be revealed very shortly.
Let's summarize Seleucus' situation. Seleucus orchestrates a plot. He brews a potion with a special ingredient for the plot, and Seleucus keeps the plot a secret. Seleucus' circumstances correspond exactly to the role of Rani in the Night of the Black Knives. Seleucus is orchestrating a plot like Rani. Seleucus brews a potion with a special ingredient. In a similar way, Rani is imbuing the Black Knives with a fragment of the Rune of Death. Additionally, Seleucus keeps the plot secret, and this is also something that Rani is doing. This allows us to associate the circumstances of Seleucus and the magic scorpion charm with Rani and her role in the Night of the Black Knives. Next, let's look at the circumstances surrounding the sacred scorpion charm. We receive this from Anastasia the Tarnished Eater. We meet Anastasia in the smoldering church, where she tries to kill us. She is carrying the large, conspicuous butchering knife. The butchering knife also describes that she is not a finger maiden, but merely disguised as one. Butchering knife. Huge carving knife made to cleanly butcher the human body. Signature weapon of the ogress Anastasia, known to have eaten countless tarnished while disguised as a finger maiden. Let's summarize Anastasia's situation. She wants to kill us with a conspicuous large knife. She pretends to be a finger maiden, and she is located in the smoldering church. These circumstances fit incredibly well with the role of Melina. Anastasia wants to kill us with a special knife. The same way Melina probably helped to kill Godwyn with a black knife. Anastasia is pretending to be a finger maiden, and Melina is playing the role of a finger maiden for us, although she isn't one either. The smoldering church fits the theme of a kindling maiden. Accordingly, Anastasia and the sacred scorpion charm can be associated with Melina and her role in the Night of the Black Knives. Next, let's look at the circumstances surrounding the fire scorpion charm. We find this one in Fort Lythe. When we enter the upper part, we hear the voice of a spirit saying, "They'll never find me, eek, the wretched fools." Around us lie forces of the Earth Tree. An empty chest was left behind at one end. Hidden behind the wall, we finally find the fire scorpion charm lying in front of the spirit from whom the voice emanates. It tells us, "Hehe, I'll survive, I swear it. I'll soon be back at the Volcano Manor." Let's summarize the situation of the spirit of Fort Lythe. The spirit escapes unnoticed from a castle full of forces of the Earth Tree, leaving only an empty chest behind. Together with the mention of Volcano Manor, the circumstances fit perfectly with the Reinhardt's role in the Night of the Black Knives. In this, Reinhardt helped Godwyn's soul to escape unnoticed, leaving only an empty corpse behind. Accordingly, the fire scorpion charm can be associated with Reinhardt's role in the Night of the Black Knives. Finally, we have the lightning scorpion charm. We find this in the Windham catacombs. It is located on a corpse sitting behind a coffin. It almost looks as if it is hiding behind the coffin. Both the hiding behind a coffin and the lightning theme fit incredibly well with Godwyn and the fact that his existence is hidden behind his supposed death. Accordingly, the lightning scorpion charm can be associated with Godwyn's role of the Knight of the Black Knives. In the end, we realize that the 4 Scorpion charms can be associated with the 4 characters, Godwyn, Brunny, Rykard, and Melina, and their role in the Knight of the Black Knives. In this context, it also becomes clear what the symbol of the Scorpion charms actually stands for. The scorpion, which leaves behind its exoskeleton and carries away a heart, symbolizes Godwyn leaving behind his empty corpse and escaping with his soul. This plan was at the center of the Knight of the Black Knives, and Godwyn, Brunny, Rykard, and Melina worked together so that Godwyn could escape and be resurrected in Stormvale to ultimately oppose the Golden Order and challenge Radagon. However, the real mastermind behind the scenes is Marika. And here too we have received additional Scorpion-related items in the Lands of Shadow. The Haunts and Grandam gives us the Scorpion Stew and the Gourmet Scorpion Stew. These items contain the following descriptions. Scorpion Stew. Scorpion simmered in a black soup, once made with love by a certain elderly woman for the family table. Having long gone cold, this soup gives off a rank sour smell. Gourmet Scorpion Stew. Scorpion simmered in a black soup. An exquisite dish chock full of mouth-watering scorpion claws. The thoughts and feelings of the cook melt and blend into the stew. But those who can distinguish the taste of love are few and far between. Partake, partake, until thou art sated. The line, the thoughts and feelings of the cook melt and blend into the stew, but those who can distinguish the taste of love are few and far between, describes how the Knight of the Black Knives was an act of love for Godwyn which is hardly recognizable as such. The Haunts and Grandam, just like Marika, is locked away. Furthermore, it is Marika who sends her son Godwyn on his way to challenge the red-haired Radagon. And these are exactly the circumstances we find at the Haunts and Grandam, which also sent her son to fight against the red-haired Mesmer. The Haunts and Grandam tells us the following in the course of our story.
I implore, vessel of the sacred beast, have my son accompany thee to war, and dance thy dance of beauteous color. Take vengeance upon Mesmer and his lot. They who betrayed us, aye, they who burned us, let them face in thy wrath their just deserts. My song will I sing in service to thee.
The Haunts and Grandam sends her son's spirit to take revenge on the red-haired Mesmer. The incantation she gives us reads, Watchful Spirit, an entreaty received from the Haunts and Grandam. Summon a guardian spirit above the caster's head. The spirit never strays far from the caster, conjuring several apparitions before dissipating. Take vengeance upon Mesmer and his lot, they who betrayed us, aye, they who burned us. Let them face in thy wrath their just deserts. Here too, this corresponds exactly to the circumstances of Marika, who is hoping for his son to challenge the red-haired Radagon. The Haunts and Grandam is a parallel to Marika. The fact that the spirit of the Haunts and Grandam's son hovers directly above our head is an allusion to this parallel and to the fact that we are Marika's son. Marika thought that Godwyn's planned resurrection had failed and that he had perished, but instead, Godwyn had merely fallen into a deep slumber and awoke again after what seems like an eternity. As a parallel to Marika, the words of the Haunts and Grandam mirror those of Marika.
Oh, such a joy to smell the scent again. As I felt the sacred beast's essence fade, a great anxiety welled up within. Forgive this old woman her foolish fears. 'Tis such relief I cannot express. After an eternity of the mind, our voices have at last reached the heavens, as evinced by thy gracious arrival. Oh.
These are Marika's thoughts after our resurrection, thinking that her son's resurrection had failed and that he had perished, when in fact he was merely in a deep slumber in the chapel of anticipation. Many of you are probably wondering, if Marika is the loving and caring mother who is now seeking vengeance against Radagon, and Radagon is supposed to be the evil character in the story, how can all of Marika's cruel deeds be explained?